Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with an even bigger vehicle that I've just purchased. And as you can see by the very faded, yet still there decal, that is an M right there. I've purchased a 1943 M Farmall. And no particular reason except they look pretty cool. And they're very tough old tractors. And I just think it'd be real nice to get this one up and going and bring it back to life again. It does spin over. I do have it in gear though. That's better. It does spin by hand. There it goes. So the old boy will probably move. The original owner of this tractor said that it hadn't ran in about 3.5 years. So obviously this tractor is going to come back to life, no problems. It's all rusty and patinaed, but that's all right. Any good tractor is going to be like that. Now, I have picked up some new spark plugs for the old boy, and this one takes 4. These ones are Autolites. I think they are 3116s, Autolite 3116s. And when I went to take these out to buy some new ones, they are 7/8 sockets that you have to use, which is new to me. I've only ever used 3/16 or 13/16, whichever one it is, to get out spark plugs. So that was kind of new to me. So if you yourself are working on one of these old tractors, just beware that it's most likely 7/8 that you'll have to use to get the suckers out. And these ones came out flawlessly, not too tight, and they look pretty good. Just normal carbon buildup on them. None of them are rusty in there or anything like that. So I think we're gonna have a good shot with this old boy. We got a friend coming around. Sounds like a cam from where I'm standing. Sounds like a big old hogging cam. I'm trying to film here, pal. Come on, be nice. Now, when picking up this tractor, we did run into a slight problem. My father does own one too. He owns a 50s model of M Farmall. And we measured it to make sure it would fit on the trailer, and it should. But when we went to pick this sucker up, the rear end was much wider than my father's. And we were trying to figure it out the whole way home until we noticed this. The wheels have been turned inside so that this part that sticks out more is inside the axle, and that is to make way for these weights that are right in here. So the entire way home, the rear end of this tractor was sitting up on the rails of our flatbed trailer, and the original owner helped us load it by bringing his tractor and bucket, and he set the bucket up underneath these 2 steel pieces right here. And this one used to have a farmhand loader on it, so I assume these were to help mount it up. But he came up with the bucket and helped push the front tires up on the trailer. But when it came to the rest of the tractor, it was not too kind. He was using a Kubota. So Kubota versus Farmall is Not a fair fight, but we still got it home, of course. Besides getting the new plugs in at some point, this is also going to have to be addressed. This little wire right here, if you can see that, it's been duct taped or electrical taped so much, and there is a piece of exposed wire, and it runs right back through here, coming up right here, up, and then comes with these 3 wires right here, which aren't in good shape as well. You can see this one has got some piece missing, and the wire that's exposed the most goes to this little switch right here. Your kill switch is what I was told. So that wire is going to need replaced as well before this gets up and running. Our helicopter friend is back, if you couldn't tell. But, oh, and then besides the big fuel tank, that's obviously right here, that's some nasty stuff down there in the bowl. It's gonna have to be cleaned up. There's this little red can right here with this little valve, and that is an auxiliary fuel tank. So that's gonna be pretty nice to have if you ever rode it somewhere too far. Obviously these tires have seen much better days, so they're going to need to be taken off and replaced. These front tires aren't in the worst condition for tractor tires, but I'm going to take them off anyways and put some more truck tires. Should be about 16-inch tires themselves. So run some more truck tire on the front, a little more rubber on the front, not these big rubber pieces right here. They'll actually have tread. So we'll get that all done up, and of course an oil change is going to be in order. Told that these 2 deals right here, which are very stuck, as you can see, that is to check your oil. Now the M-Farmals didn't have dipsticks, so what you do is you put all your oil in there, however much it takes. I'm still trying to figure that out. And you'd fill it up, and you'd open this sucker up, and if no oil came out of here, you go down to this sucker, and if oil came out of here, you put a little more in and fill it up. Or if no oil came out of there, you might want to add some more oil. That might not be good. So it's kind of interesting on this little tractor right here. And then obviously to get it running, we're going to have to take this carburetor off and clean it out, stuff like that. Make sure the needle and all that works well. And it seems like maybe it has been messed with. That's a pretty shiny screw right there. So maybe it has been messed with at some point, but just to be safe, we'll go ahead and mess with that. Hopefully it all still works well, but I bet so. And there's your little serial number. Looked it up on Google and it told me that apparently this one is a 43 model. Someone's done a little bit of welding right there. Thank you. There's your oil bath. Yeah, it really puts the oil in oil bath, I'm sure. Magneto Bandito. And a nice little battery box to keep it out of the weather, because why not? Now we come back here, and I found this out today recently, but M-Farmals never came with a 3-point system. There is nothing back here for a 3-point system. You have to go online and buy a conversion kit. And what I was told by Google, did a lot of Googling for these things, is that they were first manufactured in the 50s. And my father's M-Farmal, it has a 3-point system. And it matches the patina of it pretty well. So I assume his was converted over sometime not long after it rolled out of the factory. Up here you got your nice interior. This seat comes with a weathered look to it. I'm sure that took some time. Oh, we got some more welding right there. Very nice. Nice simple steering wheel. Of course, your shifter. I believe this one has 4 speeds and reverse. This little gauge right here should be your amps for your battery. Not sure how well that's going to work. There's your throttle. And this one's got some teeth in it so that it locks it into place and holds your throttle. It's pretty nice. Have to figure that out once it gets running. You got your flywheel set up here. So that way if you ever had to run a generator or something, or an old sawmill, you could do that. But yeah, bought this thing for $800, and it came with 2 spare rear tires. So we're gonna get those tubed as well when the time comes. But yeah, this thing's not in the best of shape as it once was, but much better than it could be. Oh yeah. And up here we actually have a coolant gauge. That's something you don't see very much on these old tractors. Usually they just got holes everywhere where there should be a gauge. You got your radiator tucked back in there. I was told this is where you fill your oil as well. So, like I say, I have to do that at some point. Oh dear, what was this? Whew, if I could read. It's like ancient Egyptian text right here. What the heck? Oh, I don't think that's air filter. Or, no, it is air. I think that is a paper filter. Yeah, that's your oil filter. Me so smart. That's gonna need changed, I bet. Not good. But yeah, I just thought they've always looked pretty neat. And I saw this one online on Marketplace and figured I'd better pick the old boy up. This nice stack here. That's gonna get changed out. Make it a little louder, of course. It's what every good tractor needs. But I've already picked out the name for this old boy. And that would be Donald. Gonna be named after my grandfather, who used to work my father's old tractor around the property sometimes. So I just thought it'd be a little fitting tribute to name this piece of equipment after a great man. That ought to do it for today's video. Some point, hopefully in the future, not too long from now, hopefully old Donald here will cough and splutter and come back to life and make some appearances at some parades and such. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a grand old time with the old boy. Put him to work here and there. Want to thank you for watching today's video. If you could, go ahead and maybe like and subscribe if you did. And God bless you. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.